This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Seemingly hit DMK chief urges his rebel candidates to withdraw nominations filed as independents according to agency reports. Thangabalu files nominations as a substitute candidate from Mylapore constituency and his wife Jayanthi will be the official candidate. Karunanidhi hits the second phase of his campaign trail. The DMK chief's next stop is the AIADMK's Bastion Coimbatore. How will things change for people living near the harbour? Here is the AIADMK's candidate Parakar Ruppaiah's poll pledge.
ADMK rule, that is a renaissance to Tamil Nadu politics.
Freak accident in Krishnagiri district. A man and his grandson are trampled to death by a tusker. A very good evening. You're watching the late night news with me, Divya. Here are the other stories making top stories across the world. Pakistan Prime Minister Gilani accepts Manmohan Singh's invite for the Mohali semi-final. Radiation reaches 10 million times the normal in the seawater around the Fukushima nuclear plant. Protests in Japan against nuclear plants. Murdered domestic help. Hemraj's widow says the CBI never contacted her. The probe is only focused on Arushi. WikiLeaks cables may be unverifiable, but the Congress will treat them the same way the BJP has, says Kapil Sibal. Madhya Pradesh police rescue child prostitutes fed growth hormones from traffickers. The government is asked to submit a report. Pakistan practices ahead of the final. Before the final, Chandigarh's hotels are all booked. Defending champion Sebastian Vettel stands atop the podium at the Australian Grand Prix. Force India makes 3 points. Well, DMK chief M. Karunanidhi has urged his rebel candidates to withdraw nominations filed as independents a day after the official closing date for filing nominations. According to agency reports, jolted by rebellion by some party men following denial of tickets for the Tamil Nadu Assembly polls, the DMK chief made this statement. Karunanidhi said, and I quote, "Some persons who have not got the opportunity to contest the polls have filed nominations as rebels or independents, which amounts to attacking the very party which gave them the identity, and it hurts me," unquote. While Karunanidhi did not name anyone, he was apparently referring to DMK's Vedaranyam legislator S.K. Vedarathinam, who has jumped into the fray as an independent after the seat was allotted to AIADMK's ally, the PMK. Well, the DMK leadership is keen to reach out to the voters on the populist schemes which it has implemented in the past 5 years. So far, the Chief Minister Karunanidhi has attended 3 election rallies in Tiruvarur, Thanjavur and Trichy. And here is the DMK chief's campaign itinerary for the second phase. He would first step into the AIADMK's Bastion Coimbatore on March 30th. He will be travelling to Erode and Salem on March 31st and April 1st. He visits Vellore on April 2nd. He will campaign in North Chennai on April 4th and in South Chennai on April 5th. He will be in Madurai on April 6th. On April 8th, he will go to Tindivanam and Viluppuram. He will address the electorate in Puducherry and Kadalur on April 9th. And finally, he will go to his hometown Tiruvarur on April 10th and 11th, from where he is contesting. Well, Tamil Nadu Congress Chief K.V. Thangabalu, facing flack for his choice of candidates for the assembly polls, has filed his nomination as a substitute candidate from the Mylapore seat, according to PTI reports. His wife Jayanthi Thangabalu is the party nominee from the seat. Referring to the controversy surrounding Krishnagiri candidate Makbul Jan not filing his nomination on the last day on Saturday, he said Jan could not make it on time. Krishnagiri was one of the 6 constituencies to which the party high command announced a revised list of candidates. Today, members of the South Chennai Mahila Sabha Congress filed a complaint against Thangabalu with the chief election officer. They alleged that Thangabalu has been indulging in corruption and committing electoral offences. But senior Congress leader G.K. Vasan seems confident of winning the assembly polls despite the factionalism within the party.
மத்திய அரசாங்கம் 7 ஆண்டுகள் மக்களாட்சியாக செயல்பட்டுக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. மாநில அரசு 5 ஆண்டுகளாக மக்கள் திட்டங்களை சிறப்பாக பிரதிபலித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. எனவே பாராளுமன்ற தேர்தல், சென்ற சட்டமன்ற தேர்தல், உள்ளாட்சி தேர்தல், இடைத்தேர்தல் எங்களுடைய வெற்றிகளை தொடர்ந்து மீண்டும் இந்த தேர்தலிலே ஜனநாயக முற்போக்கு கூட்டணி தமிழக மக்களுடைய நம்பிக்கையை முழுமையாக பெற்று வெற்றி அடைவோம்.
Moving on, the CPIM released their election manifesto today, saying that their poll pledge was to solve people's problems with price rise and corruption issues topping their agenda. Coming down heavily on the ruling DMK, the CPIM State Secretary slammed Karunanidhi for his repeated tirades against the Election Commission. According to PTI reports, among others in its manifesto, the Left Party said it will strive against the devastating policies of globalization, privatization and liberalization and work for people-oriented policies. The left leaders Sitaram Yechuri, Brinda Karath and Prakash Karath will come to Tamil Nadu to campaign. The CPIM has a share of 12 seats in the alliance with the AIADMK. And this is what the State Secretary of the CPIM had to say.
See, on behalf of our party, we have released our election manifesto. The manifesto contains solution to all the pressing problems of the Tamil Nadu people. Price rise, corruption, law and order, and industrial development also due to power cut, industry suffers, agriculture in stagnation. We have raised the issue of education and health also. So far, Mr. Karunanidhi, DMK leader, attended 3 public meetings. In his speech, he has not said anything about the people's issues like price rise, power cut and so many other issues. He raised only one issue, saying the Election Commission is trying to support opposition party to become ruling party.
Well, there have been a number of cases filed with the Election Commission on charges of bribery and transfer of money during the past 1 month. And to campaign against election malpractices, a group of individuals along with the former Chief Electoral Officer Naresh Gupta went on a rally at the Marina Beach early this morning to remind politicians of the fair and transparent way of contesting elections. They want people not to get influenced by parties who try to lure them with bribes or offer freebies for votes. They also wanted youngsters to come out and exercise their fundamental right to vote.
People should not expect or receive money, liquor, gifts, biryani, etc. So also political parties and candidates should not offer money, liquor, biryani to the voters. Also, elections should be conducted in a peaceful way, in a harmonious way, without any discord, and they should respect one another. All candidates, political parties should respect each other, and they should not make personal attacks against one another.
And NDTV Hindu has been going to candidates who are contesting these elections to give us a sense of the changes they would make for the state of Tamil Nadu. Today we caught up with a pawn on the Queen's side. That's how the AIADMK candidate Parakarpaya calls himself. He is contesting in Chennai Harbour. So how will it change things for people living near the harbour? Here's his poll pledge on our special segment, If I Win.
I am Parakarpaya, representing ADMK party in the Harbour constituency. I am only a pawn in the hands of Amma. Though I am contesting in this constituency, I am only her representative. So whatever had been promised in the election manifesto of Amma, all will be fulfilled. And particularly in this constituency, there are minorities. Major voters are minorities. North Indians, Muslims, Telugu people, and then slums and other common category. So the main motive, I have to safeguard the interests of the minorities. They feel unsecure. North Indians, Muslims, they feel unsecure. Their interest will be safeguarded in our Amma's rule. So I have promised them that one thing. And there is a Muslim vote bank here. 3.5% reservation had been declared by Karunanidhi unilaterally without consulting any Muslim leader. But Amma has promised that reservation limit will be raised. So their longing will be fulfilled. Certainly Muslim people can secure it from our Amma's regime. So ADMK rule, that is a renaissance to Tamil Nadu politics. That's all I wanted to say.
And in news from the districts, in a tragic accident, a 50-year-old man and his 3-year-old grandson were killed after an elephant trampled over them while it tried to enter into their farm. The boy and his grandfather were lying outside on the farm to guard the crop from elephants and other animals. Still ahead, a gang of 19 are busted for kidnapping minor girls and forcing them into prostitution. But there is something more disturbing than that. Details when we come